got the door open for social isolation. So could you explain what seed rate we're going at?
230 on the Lennox today.
230 Lennox, and what is Lennox?
Spring wheat for Warburtons.
What drill are you using today?
Sky, so we're a bit quicker this time, 6 metres, and it's not blocked up and I've gone more than 100 metres, so I'm happy.
So that is something new for you in since about June last year, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very happy. All right. And this doesn't really look like a lot of soil out here. What is this?
It's mustard cover crop. It's grazed by sheep and it's died off quite nicely.
It's grazed by sheep, yeah. And if you have a look at the other side of the hedge, you can see it's a bit more greener. And that is that was not grazed by sheep, and actually we've got a mix of it's a mix of mustard and vetch, and interestingly the vetch hasn't really survived grazing with sheep. The other side of this fence, the vetch is running rampant, and that'll be quite exciting, but I think it's quite soft and I don't see any trouble with the drill going through it.
Hopefully not.
Nicely placed at about an inch to just an inch and a quarter. Seed coverage looking really good. Well, it's Monday evening and we're making good progress. As you can see from behind me, we've drilled this, just topping up James with some extra seed this evening. So I just wanted to give you a bit of a perspective of how big the vetch has become. So I wanted to show you this. This is the vetch, and it's really grown quite well. This was a vetch mustard mix, and really pleased here. It wasn't grazed by sheep, unlike the fields you saw earlier this morning. It's made quite a difference, carried it right through to the spring, and I'll show you next door where it still hasn't been eaten off. Here you go, this is a classic patch of vetch here. So I suppose this is about, we were talking about a foot tall, nice and thick. Hopefully it's enabling us to grab some nitrogen. You can see the brown bit is the mustard dying off. Still got some volunteers, quite a lot of black grass in here, so we actually changed to flat fans to try and ensure that we get as good a glyphosate kill as possible. So you can just about see James in the background there, just finishing off the field. Okay, rare day today. I'm out on the rolling tractor. This was the field with the Claydon drilling, where we changed over to the disc openers on the front press. As you can see, it's dried out quite nicely. It's been about a week, a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we're short of staff. And looking behind, I think we're doing a very good job. You can clearly see the unmoved ground, so we didn't move too much. And the rolls are doing a nice job. They're compressing it nice and tight. A few too many pigeons and crows, as you just saw. Indicating a little bit too much seed on the surface, but as every farmer in the world is drilling this week, I'm not too worried. Today's Tuesday, still on Lennox, more cover crops. This time it's a mustard cover crop after spring barley, so we've just got a mixture of the spring barley volunteers and the mustard. You can see it's gently flowering, just starting to come out in flower. It was sprayed off yesterday James is doing his first bout of the headland, just coming around a tree. Hang on, let me see if I can close in. There he is, just moving in the horizon. And back round this way, he's already drilled this field next door. So just little field here. The other side of the hill is the Checkers estate, so quite close to them. And yes, quite chalky this ground. It dries out really fast. It's been in a long-term grass lay. This is its second year out of grass. Bit of dust coming off him today. The things we do have trouble with though with these Dalbo rolls is the collars. As you can see here, they've got a collar on the axle of the rolls and they just seem to move away, so we loosen it up and then we tighten the bolts. We've put these locking nuts in to try and hold them in place, but still not the best success. And the problem is that if they're not tightened up, it's possible for them to rub against the frame. And here you can see where they weren't adjusted and this ring's actually worn in the frame. So it's certainly something that I would like to see improved. Morning, it's Wednesday, we're still drilling. We tried a field this morning which was rape and vetch grazed by sheep. It's got a bit more organic matter in it, a bit more friable on the surface, and in fact it blocked up the drill, the sky couldn't go. So we've moved to this field here, which is 36 acres. It's on some black alluvial type soil, high organic matter, and this is a cover crop of volunteer beans, mustard, and quite a lot of black grass. But actually James is making good progress here, so this is a good sign. This block has 5 fields, 2 of which we managed to drill in the autumn, 2 which we're hoping to drill today, and 1 there's still far too wet standing water in it. So it's all going to Lennox, spring wheat for Warburtons. So the yellow plant that you can see sticking up above the crop, that's the mustard. Plenty of beans, volunteer beans here, but rest of these grasses, most of it is black grass. It's quite high pressure field this, but hence why it was put into a flexi wheat, so that we knew we could delay drilling, and then this year it's proved quite beneficial. It's Saturday the 28th of March. I've had to cut the sound because it's so windy you can't hear yourself. But we've moved into a block of Elian spring oats being grown for a gluten-free contract. This cover crop was planted on the 15th of August, and I'll put a link in the description to the video about that. But it was grazed by sheep over the new year, and now we're drilling straight into it. And yes, we still have standing water in our fields.